All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. Welcome back to the live trading room. Welcome for you guys joining on the live stream as well. Let me know if you guys can hear my voice, see my screen. Missed you guys yesterday. Missed you, but we were celebrating the 4th of July. We were contemplating working during it. Glad we didn't, because the event I had to go to actually got pushed back a day. So I would have had to cancel last minute anyway. But a day off is always good. Problem is, I'm going to be a day behind now. I'm thinking today's Monday, and I'm going to think tomorrow is Tuesday. I'm going to be all messed up. And also, while we were gone, I was talking to Fitzy about this. While we were gone, man, what happened to the euro? We take one American holiday, and the euro just falls off a cliff. What's up with that? Sheesh. I know. But that is where we are going to start today. If you guys are new to the live room, what we do here, I do see some new names in here. What we do here is we do analysis across as many markets as we can. Typically in the summer, it gets a little bit slower because there's less action, but we go around, we look for trading opportunities, we do analysis, we try to give you guys some practical application, so a chance where you can relate what you're learning throughout the courses in the live market environment. Because as you guys know, or you'll probably find out shortly, there is a big difference between learning how to trade on a still chart or just watching a video or a screenshot, whatever it is you may be going through, versus actually trading in the live market. So trust me, you can ask any of the veteran traders in the room. Being able to get these reps in the live room are priceless. And this is probably the most important thing you can do to kind of reduce that learning curve as much as possible. Now, I would say this, if you are going through the courses, you're going to hear a lot of stuff here. You're going to hear us talk about, basically every technique and strategy that we talk about throughout all of those courses. Try not to get overwhelmed. You may be on the foundation course, so you may have just learned about what a new structure high is, and you may have no idea about what anything else is. Don't feel like you have to know everything right away. Just focus on whatever section you are focused on right now. The rest will come in time. With that being said, feel free to ask as many questions as possible. Don't be shy. I kind of like to do a lot of questions myself as well, asking you guys for input. But don't be shy. As you've noticed already, this isn't like one of those trading forums you see on the internet where people are going to embarrass you and yell at you. We're here to help you out. So welcome. And for you guys joining on the live stream, welcome as well. You guys are in a little bit of a different situation because you're not necessarily going through the training courses. But what I like to do here in the live stream is pop in for the top trading idea of the day. So one trading idea for the day, give you guys a walkthrough of it. And of course, answer any questions that you guys may have. Today, we are going to start with the euro because it is the most popular pair. So I figured you guys would want to hear about it. But before, I had back testing on the mind this morning because it is my absolute favorite time of the year to back test. Who can guess why? Why would July, specifically the month of July, be my favorite time to back test? The markets are slow. Holidays. No! The Tour de France. If you guys are anything like me, it's very hard to back. Like I back test with stuff in the background, whether it's music, whether it's podcasts, whether it's movies, right? But there's an art to this, right? Because if you're going to back test, you can't have something that you actually have to pay attention to because then you're going to get distracted from your back testing. So you have to have like a movie that you've seen already or something that doesn't have a lot of action, but also not a lot of dialogue, or it's very tough, right? The Tour de France is perfect because every day it's like a 5-hour bike race, right? For 90% of those 5 hours, nothing is happening. But every once in a while, a move starts being made. And you only have to pay attention to that move. So it is the perfect combination because one, I don't just want to watch 5 hours of bike racing, right? I've got better things to do with my life. I do enjoy it, but I don't want to watch 5 hours and have no move happen. Two, I don't want to get distracted during my back testing. So I love combining it. I know it sounds weird, but I'm serious. Where I can put in like a 4-hour period of back testing and kind of kill two birds with one stone. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love the Tour de France. All right. So let's start on the euro dollar. Again, the euro has been busy yesterday. Woke up to a surprise this morning. And we're seeing big red candles across the board, right? We're seeing the market do a major sell-off. Now, there are going to be some opportunities that we look at later in the day where we can look for some counter trend trading opportunities. We'll see if those are still present. I do my top down about 6 o'clock in the morning, so some stuff has changed. But as of right now, here on the euro dollar daily, we can see that we have just done what? What has the market just done? This is the identify part of our 4-step process. If you guys are new, 4-step process: identify, predict, decide, execute. If you can ingrain yourself in that process, trust me, it's going to be a massive step in making your trading life a lot easier. So currently, we are breaking structure. Now, technically, we don't have a close yet because it's not the end of the day. We'll have a close on a lower time frame, say like a 4-hour. But we are breaking below structure, right? We have kind of an inverted head and shoulders here as well, but breaking below structure. So that allows us to make the prediction of what? Right? Let's assume if price action breaks and closes below, if you're a daily chart trader, then we can predict that price action is likely to go what? What is our directional prediction? Again, this is our process. Lower, right? Our rules tell us that that is likely to go lower. Okay, boom, we got part of it done, right? So we can identify a break and close below, close depending on the time frame we're looking at. We can now predict that, okay, because I've identified this break and close below, I see sell, sell, sell. Well, not necessarily sell. And this is going to be interesting. We got someone on TradingView saying sell. Now, a prediction that price, this is going to sound weird, right? But this is when you kind of take in all of the trading elements together. Is a prediction that price is going lower the same thing as selling? Or are they two different things? So meaning that just because we predict something is likely to go lower, does it mean that we should sell? No, there are two different things. And bigger picture, selling requires us to have a setup on a chart that meets the rules of our trading plan. But yeah, the other part of the prediction, because we think about the prediction as a 3-part process, right? It is what direction is price likely to go in? Where is price likely to go to? Those are the two main things. And the third is how is price likely to get there? So the second part of that prediction is massive, right? Because if price breaks and closes below structure, but we just ran into another level of structure right there, does that change your mind on the sell? If price has already crashed to another floor, is that still a sell? Probably not, right? You're probably saying, it was a sell, maybe from 103s to blah, 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 but not a sell anymore. So we have to make sure that there's actually room for price to go lower. And this is when we're going to have to look left because structure leaves clues. And in this case, right, we're going to have to look left in a really big way and probably go to a higher time frame, right? We violated these lows right here. This is what we were testing before. We're probably going to go to a higher time frame here because, well, we can crunch up the charts, but it's been a while since we've been this low. So let's pop up to the weekly, give us some perspective. Now, here's something I like doing on the higher time frames. This is, and this comes from my days of I started as an investor in the stock market who knew nothing about technical analysis before going to trading. So I always use line charts. It's not the same, right? But sometimes if you want kind of a clearer view, if you've zoomed out so much that all of this kind of gets scrunchy, because like candlestick wicks and different colors can make stuff weird. Not a bad idea from a visual perspective. You can do an area chart as well. But go to a line chart, and sometimes it makes these structure levels a lot clearer. Now, again, it's not the same information, right? Because only the closes are being taken into account. But you can kind of see areas that are of importance, right? So if we look at this past area right here, 2002, as Orsi mentioned, right? We can see that, hey, there's a little kind of retest the structure action right here. Would you guys agree? right? Maybe a little consolidation, little structure swap inside here as well, right? Then you can bounce back out to your candlestick charts, and then you can adjust if need be. So I like this zone right here as my prediction of where price is likely to go next, right? At the upmost point, probably about a little bit below 102s, right? And then if we go a little bit lower, down to about 96, 97. So we keep that in mind. And that checks the box of, is there room for price to go lower? The answer is yes. Where is price action likely to go? Down to this level. So now we've got a few things happening, right? We have a directional prediction. We have a target location. Now the question is, or the two questions are, one, is there enough, and I don't know if this is an American saying, I like saying it, is there enough meat on the bone for me to take this trade? And if there is enough meat on the bone, what do I need to get involved in the trade? And that is kind of the identify, predict, the decide, and execute part. The decide is this something that actually meets my trading plan? Or could potentially meet my trading plan? And the execute is obviously pull the trigger. Right? So going back to the prediction, bouncing all over the place, right? I'll drop down to a 4 hour, right? 3 parts of the prediction. What direction is price likely to go? Lower. Where is it likely to go to? Well, this green line we just drew in. And then the next question I ask for you guys is, how are we likely to go there? By the way, if you are watching on YouTube or TradingView, do me a favor. Free video, hit that like button. Breaking off all this free knowledge for you. Support by hitting that like button. That is massive for me, to what I've been told. Now the question is, how can we get involved? And this is going to be different for each trader, right? Fitzy, you may be a pullback trader. So you may look for a retest of structure. Well, where is structure at? Well, previous structure support, once broken, can be looked at as an area of resistance. So Fitzy may be saying, look for the pullback here and then look to trade it back down there. We may have Chris. Chris may be a breakout trader. Chris may say, hey, maybe we get a low and tight flag situation happening in here. I'm a breakout trader. Look for the breakout downward. We may have someone else who is completely, who I'm going to pick on, Cameron Renee, right? Right? Maybe Renee's counter trend and says, you know what, I'm not interested in any continuation here, but once price action gets to this level, I'm interested in buying it up. So this is the part where you refer to your trading plan, and your trading plan is going to lay out the options of how you can get involved or what you need to get involved. And then what's left after that is to wait. Now, in the meantime of waiting, you can measure out risk reward and mentally rehearse the trade. I know that seems dumb and boring, but it is very important. Mental rehearsal is very important. That way you don't get all scared and antsy and make an emotional mistake if the trade actually occurs. But now you have to wait. Now we have to wait for more information, because right now, unless you're buying right away, this isn't enough information. So we have to wait for the market to show its next move. Are we going to consolidate? Are we going to put in a little bit of reversal? But now it's time to start rehearsing. If price action comes here, then look for blah, blah, blah. If price action comes there, then look for blah, blah, blah. Start marking out, where are your extremes? Where are you no longer interested in, right? If price action breaks this level, are you still interested in shorts? Or is that violated for you? If price action pushes down a little bit lower, are you still interested? Or is that violated for you, right? We can start crossing our T's and dotting our I's on all this stuff before the trade happens. That way, if the opportunity, and it's always a big if the opportunity happens, all we have to do is focus on what we need to do to pull the trigger. So, cool opportunity here on Euro Dollar. Again, I think there's room down to 102s. That's about 100 pips from where we're trading at right now. If we were traced back up, we can easily go to 103.5s or 104s, which opens up even more opportunity. Of course, as that happens, we can start drawing on more details of our trades. We can bring some Fibonacci's and whatnot in. But to start the week as a long-term opportunity, this is a decent one. Any questions about the Euro Dollar? Live streamers, I'm going to boot you out after this. Live rumors, let me know if there's a place you want to head to next. If not, I've got things I got things we can look at. I'm going to take a quick sip of the apple juice while we're waiting. I know there's a delay, so let me know. All right, looks like we're good to go. Appreciate it, live streamers. Again, hit that like button on the way out. See you guys.